Okay, so let's dive right in. Setting up, growing a business online today,
Yeah,
it honestly feels like you're standing at the edge of this huge digital ocean,
it
right?
really does. The opportunity is massive, no doubt about it.
Totally breathtaking. But, I mean, let's be honest, figuring out where to even start, what tools you actually need,
Oh,
and how to, navigate all that without getting completely swamped.
mm.
Well, that's the big challenge for so many people right now, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And
Mhm.
it's not just fast, it's always changing. Doesn't matter if you're a brand new entrepreneur or, someone with a shop that's been around for ages.
Right,
Looking online, it's this like double-edged sword.
right.
Huge potential, huge growth possibilities, but also really complex to actually do.
Exactly. And that challenge, bridging that gap between the potential and the complexity, that's pretty much what we're digging into today.
Yeah.
And we're doing it because you, our listener, shared some really great source material with us. So this deep dive is all about unpacking e-commerce, DTC, that's direct to consumer. By looking really closely at one platform the sources talk a lot about, Shoopy.
So, our mission here, and this is important, using only the info provided in these sources,
Strictly the source.
strictly, is to really examine what Shoopy claims, its features, how it positions itself. We want to understand, based on their material, how a platform like this says it helps businesses, succeed online, and importantly, how it connects to the offline world too.
And what's super helpful is the sources give actual examples. They don't just talk theory.
That's useful.
Yeah, they mention D2C brands, specifically calling out Parfum Lab. So right away, the sources are thinking about brands building that direct online customer relationship.
Mm, the direct model.
But then they also talk about traditional retail stores like Unifa, a grocery store example, which kind of tells you the platform's aiming to be relevant for physical shops moving online too, right?
Definitely. It covers both ends of the spectrum based on those examples.
So the material we're using for this deep dive, where is it from exactly?
It's all directly from Shoopy's own online stuff,
Hmm.
their website mainly.
Okay.
So, their product descriptions, feature list, how they explain use cases, theme details, info on plugins.
Gotcha.
There's even a specific customer testimonial in there and some little snippets from recent news about them.
And just to be crystal clear, like we always are in the deep dive, we are sticking only to what's in these sources.
Absolutely. No outside opinions, no extra research.
Nope. We're just analyzing what the sources themselves tell us about this platform and how it frames the whole online business challenge and its solutions.
Right. It's about understanding their narrative.
Okay, good framework.
Yeah.
So let's set the stage. How do the sources introduce this whole thing? What's the problem they say Shoopy solves?
Well, right off the bat, the source material positions Shoopy very boldly. It calls it an all-in-one e-commerce solution for online and offline business.
All in one. That's a big claim straight away. Suggests it bridges those two worlds, online and offline.
It does. And it immediately tells you the source views these worlds as needing connection, or maybe the line is blurring.
Mm-hmm.
The platform's presented as this necessary tool, whether you're purely digital, purely physical, wanting to go online, or, doing both at once and need to manage it all together, which is pretty common these days.
Yeah, definitely more common. And they keep using that phrase, everything you need to start selling online. That sounds like the core promise, trying to simplify that overwhelming feeling we talked about.
Exactly.
So, based on how the source describes it, what does selling online really mean in this context? What's in that everything you need package?
Well, looking at the features they list, which we'll get into, selling online here is way more than just like a basic website.
Right. It's got to be more.
It involves setting up a proper digital store, sure,
Yeah.
but fundamentally it means having solid systems for managing your whole product catalog,
Okay.
handling orders from click to delivery, tracking stock levels accurately, taking payments securely,
All the operational stuff.
all of it. Plus the tools to actually market and, engage with your customers online. It's presented as the whole end-to-end infrastructure you need to actually sell things digitally.
And the source specifically mentions D2C, direct to consumer, using that Perform Lab example. How does that connect to Shoopy helping? As the source says, entrepreneurs and partners who want to launch and grow a successful online business. Why is D2C a key example here?
It fits really well, actually. DTC brands are usually pretty entrepreneurial, right?
Yeah.
Founders wanting to skip the middlemen, sell straight to their customers.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And that direct relationship is built online. So when the source describes Shoopy's tools, especially things like WhatsApp integration for direct chat, customer analytics, marketing tools, It strongly suggests the platform is built to enable that direct connection.
Makes sense.
The focus on launching and growing really speaks to that D2C startup journey. The implication is this platform gives them the foundation they need to get started and scale up those direct sales.
Okay, so the sources set it up like this. Businesses need integrated solutions. Selling online means a whole suite of tools, and platforms like Shoopy claim to provide everything you need, especially for models like D2C that rely on that direct customer link.
That's a good summary of the setup.
Cool. So that leads us perfectly into Section 1, Shoopy's core offering. What are those essential features, according to the source, that make up this foundation?
Right, the foundation. So the source positions Shoopy as the ultimate e-commerce platform.
Ultimate, strong word.
Yeah, and says its purpose is to unleash your business potential. So it's not just a tool, it's framed as something that unlocks growth.
And they mention it's used and trusted by industry pioneers. Does it say who?
Well, like we said, the only specific examples given are Performlab and Unithva, but that phrase, industry pioneers, is clearly meant to build credibility. Suggests it's robust, not just for newbies.
Right, trying to build that trust.
Exactly. And the core promise seems to be this phrase: effortless e-commerce management with essential features at your fingertips.
Effortless management. Okay, that hits right back at that complexity problem. Suggests it simplifies things.
Precisely. Taking complex tasks, managing products, orders, inventory, and making them seem easier, more intuitive, less of a time drain for the owner.
Okay, let's really break down those essential features they list under what we offer up. First one, product management. What's included there?
The source lists a few key things: adding multiple product images, writing descriptions, and importantly, bulk import and bulk edit for products.
Okay, multiple images. Let's pause there. Why is that so crucial for selling stuff online?
Well, think about shopping in a real store. You pick things up, right? Turn them over, feel the material.
Yeah, you interact with it.
You can't do that online. So lots of good, clear pictures from different angles, maybe showing details or the product in use. That's the only way customers really get a feel for what they're buying.
Right, it replaces the physical touch.
Exactly. Builds confidence, reduces doubt. If you feel like you've really seen the product, you're way more likely to actually buy it. The source highlights this because it tackles a basic limitation of online shopping and helps, convert browsers into buyers.
Makes total sense. And what about the bulk import and edit features? Seems less crucial if you only have a few products, maybe.
Sure, for 10 products, maybe not. But imagine you have hundreds or thousands.
Oh, okay. Nightmare.
Right. Think about uploading all the details, descriptions, prices, images, one by one, or trying to update prices for a whole category manually.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly tedious.
So bulk import lets you add tons of products fast, maybe from a spreadsheet. Bulk edit lets you change things across lots of products at once. These are massive time savers.
Ah, connecting back to that effortless management idea.
Exactly. It's about efficiency and being able to scale.
Yeah.
If you've got a big inventory or things change often, bulk tools free up so much admin time you can spend on, actually growing the business. The source presents it as essential for anyone dealing with volume.
Got it. Saves time, lets you focus elsewhere. Okay, after product management, the source talks about order management.
Yep. And this covers tracking and fulfilling orders, plus handling returns and exchanges.
Can you walk us through, the journey of an online order, from the customer clicking buy to getting the package? And how does a platform like this, based on the source, make that smoother compared to doing it all manually?
Okay, manually. You get an order, maybe an email, you got to check stock, maybe physically look, record the sale somewhere, figure out shipping costs, go to the courier site, type in details, print a label, pack it, arrange pickup, update your stock list, confirm payment, maybe email the customer tracking info.
Wow, okay, that's a lot of steps.
Very fragmented.
Super fragmented. Now, contrast that with what the source implies an integrated platform does. Order comes in, boom, inventory updates automatically, all customer details are captured, it can auto-generate packing slips, shipping labels, often talking directly to the shippers, tracks payment.
So it's all in one place. Exactly. Order status, customer info, shipping, tracking, all on one dashboard. Plus, it can likely send automatic updates to the customer order, confirmed, shipped, delivered maybe via email or even WhatsApp, which we'll get to.
That sounds way less error-prone and much faster.
Dramatically. It turns those messy manual steps into a single streamlined flow.
And the source mentions handling returns and exchanges too. Why is that highlighted? I mean, nobody wants returns, ideally.
True. You don't aim for returns, but online, they happen. People can't try things on, right?
Good point.
So making returns easy isn't just logistics, it's about trust. If returning something is a huge pain, confusing forms, slow responses that customers probably never buying from you again.
Yeah, definitely had that experience.
So by saying the platform handles returns, the source is signaling it provides tools to manage that process smoothly, turning a potential negative into just, a manageable part of the business. It's crucial for loyalty and your brand's reputation. It closes the loop.
Right, keeping the customer experience positive even after the initial sale. Okay, next is inventory management. Tracking stock, low stock alerts.
This is absolutely fundamental. You cannot sell something online that you don't actually have.
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. Angry customers.
Totally. Canceling orders, damaging your rep. And the flip side, having stock you don't track is just dead money sitting there. Real-time tracking ensures what's online matches what's on the shelf.
And the low stock alerts, how do they help?
Or like an early warning system. When stock drops below a level you set, ping, you get a notification.
Ah, so you can reorder before you run out.
Exactly. Right. Avoids that sold out sign on popular items.
Yes.
Avoids losing sales. Super important if you have stuff that sells quickly. And later, the source mentions advanced inventory management for retail.
Right.
Which probably means handling stock across, say, a physical store and online, keeping it all synced up. More complex tracking for that scenario.
Yep. Okay, makes sense. Then, shopping cart and checkout. The goal, the source says, is a seamless and easy checkout experience for better conversion.
This is maybe the most critical step.
Yeah.
Seamless and easy means fast, intuitive, minimal clicks, all the costs, shipping, taxes shown up front, good payment options. Feels secure.
No nasty surprises.
No surprises, no confusing forms, nothing to make you hesitate.
And how does that link directly to better conversion? Why does a smooth checkout mean more sales?
Because people abandon carts all the time. It's a huge thing in e-commerce. They find what they want, put it in the cart they intend to buy.
Yeah, been there.
But then the checkout is confusing or long or asks for weird info, or suddenly shipping is expensive, or they don't take your preferred payment method.
Yeah, and you just leave.
You just leave. Sale lost. A smooth, easy, transparent checkout removes all that friction, makes clicking buy the path of least resistance. It maximizes the chances they actually finish the purchase. The source highlights it because it's absolutely make or break.
Definitely felt that frustration myself. Okay, crucial feature. Next up, analytics and reporting. The source says it gives detailed analytics on sales, customer behavior, and website traffic.
Right, so this shifts from just running the store to understanding it. Data is your guide online. And these aren't just numbers for show. The idea is they give you real insights.
What kind of insights could a business owner get from the sales data based on what the source implies?
Well, they could see what's selling best, what's not, which products need a push, when are the peak sales times, what's the average order value, where are customers located, how well did that last discount code work.
Okay, so informing decisions about stock, pricing, marketing.
Exactly, strategic stuff.
And the customer behavior and website traffic data. What does that tell you?
That tells you how people find you. Search, social media, ads, which pages do they land on, how long do they stick around, what path do they take through the site, and crucially, where do they drop off?
Finding the leaky spots in the funnel.
Precisely. Understanding that helps you tweak the website design, improve product pages, figure out why people are leaving, and see which marketing efforts are actually bringing in good traffic. The source later mentions actionable sales analytics for retail.
Right. Actionable.
Reinforcing the idea that this data isn't just for looking at, it's supposed to lead to doing something to improve the business.
Data driving action. Got it. Then, sales and marketing tools. Source mentions creating discounts, coupons, and WhatsApp campaigns.
Yep, these are the tools to actively go out and get sales and talk to customers. Discounts and coupons are basic tactics. Attract new people, reward loyalty, clear stock.
Standard stuff.
Standard. But having the tools built into the platform makes it easy to launch campaigns quickly without juggling separate software.
And the WhatsApp campaigns. Specifically using official WhatsApp cloud-based APIs. Why the emphasis on official?
That's important. Using the official APIs means it's legitimate, sanctioned by WhatsApp for business use, not some dodgy workaround that could get your account banned.
Okay, so it's reliable and scalable.
Exactly. And businesses can likely use this for sending things like order confirmations, shipping updates automatically, or maybe even targeted promotions to customers who've opted in.
Very direct engagement.
It's super direct. It's meeting customers on a platform they use all day. Especially powerful for those DTC brands trying to build that close relationship. Highlighting this shows the platform's trying to be current with how businesses talk to people now.
Right, moving beyond just email, meeting them where they are, legitimately.
That's the idea.
Okay, so pulling this whole core offering together, the source paints a picture of everything you need. It lists these foundational bits: the feature-rich platform, customizable themes, mobile friendliness, scalability, SEO features, and these marketing tools.
Yeah, these are framed as the must-haves. Customizable themes let you look unique, build your brand online. Mobile-friendly is non-negotiable now. Most people shop on their phones.
Totally.
Scalability means the platform won't choke when you get busy. And SEO-friendly means people can actually find you via search engines. Without that, even a great store is invisible.
So it's presented as a full toolbox, basically. Gets you online, visible, and running efficiently.
That's the impression the source gives, yes. A comprehensive starting point.
Okay, let's shift slightly. Section 2. How the source shows this tailored for different business types. First, for retail outlets.
Right, the source is clear. This configuration is designed for retail outlets, and the main goal mentioned is a seamless shopping experience for in-store businesses.
Seamless in-store, so it's not just about the website. It's about enhancing the physical shop, too, or connecting them.
Connecting them seems key, integrating the online tools with the physical operation.
What specific features get highlighted for retail? Anything different from the general list?
They emphasize a few: advanced inventory management, streamlined point of sale, POS, those actionable sales analytics again, seamless multi-channel integration, scalable and adaptable solution, and cross-platform accessibility.
Okay, advanced inventory management. We touched on inventory, but what's likely advanced about it for a retailer?
Almost certainly managing stock across multiple places, like the physical store stock and the online stock.
Ah, so they don't sell the same item twice.
Exactly. An advanced system, as implied here, gives one unified view. Tracks stock moving between locations, maybe. A sale online takes from the same pool as a sale in store, or it's managed intelligently. Avoids that nightmare scenario.
Yeah, that would be bad. Okay, streamlined point of sale, POS. What is a POS in a shop, and why does it need to be streamlined or integrated?
POS is just the system you use to ring up sales in the store. The till, the card machine, the receipt printer.
Buy it.
Streamlined means it's fast and easy for the customer and staff. But the integrated part, linked to that multi-channel integration point, is the kicker. It means in-store sales instantly update the same inventory and sales data as the online store.
Ah, so it all talks to each other.
Yes, one single source of truth for sales and stock, whether it happens online or in the shop.
Which makes those actionable sales analytics even better, right? You see the whole picture.
Precisely. Total sales across all channels. Compare online versus offline. See what's popular where. A complete business overview from one place, because the POS data feeds into the same system.
And that leads right into seamless multi-channel integration. That sounds like the main promise for retailers here.
It really does. Multi-channel just means selling through different places: physical store, online store, maybe social media too.
Okay.
Seamless integration means these aren't separate worlds. Inventory is shared, updated everywhere.
Yeah.
Customer data might be unified. You manage it all from one platform. It's presented as key for consistency, avoiding stock issues, and just making life easier than trying to juggle separate systems.
Yeah, that sounds transformative for a traditional retailer.
The source positions it that way.
What about scalable and adaptable and cross-platform accessibility, relevant for retail specifically?
They're core features, but maybe extra relevant for retail. A small shop might grow, add locations, expand online, needs scalability, and cross-platform access is practical. Use the POS on a tablet, check reports on your phone, manage orders in the back office computer. Retailers are often on the move.
That makes sense. And the example they use is Unithfa, a grocery store.
Yeah, a very relatable example. Groceries mean managing perishables, maybe online orders for pickup, fast checkouts needed in-store. You can see how integrating all that would be valuable for them, based on the source's description.
Definitely illustrates the point well. Okay, let's contrast that with the other group. Shoopy for entrepreneurs and partners. Described as designed for entrepreneurs and partners who want to launch and grow a successful online business.
Yeah, this feels slightly different. Retail was about integrating the physical. This seems more focused on starting online or just scaling a digital business fast.
The focus areas listed here sound a bit more abstract. Collaborative ecosystem, business expansion enablement, entrepreneurial spirit embedded, partner-centric approach, innovation catalyst, empowering business ventures. How do we make sense of these? based on the concrete features we know?
Good question. Need to connect the buzzwords to the reality. Collaborative ecosystem or partner-centric might mean Shoopy works with, like agencies or developers who build stores for entrepreneurs. Or maybe it integrates well with other tools entrepreneurs use.
Okay, like an ecosystem of connected services.
Could be. And business expansion enablement or empowering business ventures. That probably ties back to scalability and having all those tools.
Yeah.
If the platform handles the tech and operations smoothly, it frees up the entrepreneur to focus on growth, right?
Yeah, empowers them by removing roadblocks.
Exactly. And entrepreneurial spirit embedded maybe suggests it's built with startups in mind, agile, maybe flexible pricing. Innovation catalyst could point to things like the AI features or the plugins allowing new functions, things that help entrepreneurs innovate quickly.
And the D2C example, Perform Lab, fits here.
Fits perfectly. Many DTC brands are entrepreneurial ventures, often built on innovation in product or marketing. So the platform is presented as supporting that kind of dynamic, growth-focused online business.
Okay, so it seems like the source positions it for retail as an integration solution and for entrepreneurs as more of a launch and growth engine.
That seems to be the distinction they're making in the material.
All right, let's get into section 3. Enhancing and customizing. We mentioned themes earlier.
Yes, customizable design and themes.
Yeah.
And the source gives examples.
Fresh Go, Bag Go, Fashion Go, Watch Go, Bakery Go, Classic Go. The names kind of give it away, right? Templates for specific types of stores.
Seems logical. Using a theme like Fashion Go probably gives you not just a look, but maybe layouts or features suited for selling clothes online. Saves building it all from scratch.
And they specifically describe one theme, Monovogue, as fashion-forward, design-focused, studio-inspired, and minimalistic.
Right, gives you a feel for the aesthetic. And design is huge in e-commerce. It's your online shopfront. First impressions count, builds trust, affects how people see your brand's quality.
Yeah, slick design feels more trustworthy.
Definitely. And the source links design directly to sales with that tagline, want a store that sells more. How does a theme actually help sell more?
Good question. Is it just about looking pretty?
It's more than that. Good design, like in these themes presumably, means good usability. Easy navigation, clear product displays, fast loading times.
Ah, so it's functional too.
Absolutely. A professional look builds trust, makes people comfortable spending money. A smooth, intuitive site keeps them there longer, guides them towards buying. It reduces the friction that makes people give up. So yeah, good design, as presented by the source via themes, is built to convert visitors into customers.
Usability and trust, not just looks. Makes sense. Beyond themes, the source talks about plugins or Shoopy apps. Purpose. Elevate your e-commerce. Boost functionality and productivity.
Right, so these are add-ons. They extend what the core platform does. The source says they automate things like shipping, customer service, marketing, aiming for efficient business growth.
Okay, let's imagine. What might a shipping plugin actually do to automate things?
Well, it could connect directly to carriers like FedEx or whoever, automatically pull shipping rates, print labels right from your Shoopy admin page, maybe even schedule pickups, send tracking updates automatically.
Instead of logging into the FedEx site separately for every order?
Exactly. Huge time saver.
And a customer service plugin.
Could pull all your customer messages, email, website chat, maybe social media into one place, link them to the customer's order history in Shoopy, maybe offer automated replies for common questions, or manage support tickets. Centralizes everything instead of scattered messages.
Okay, I see the efficiency gain there. And how does automating these things free up time for that efficient business growth the source mentions?
Think about all those little manual tasks adding up. Copy-pasting addresses, generating labels one by one, manually sending tracking, digging through emails. It's hours and hours, especially if you have lots of orders.
Yeah, death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Totally. Automating that frees up those hours. And that's time the entrepreneur can spend on marketing, product development, strategy, things that actually grow the business, not just maintain it. Plugins, as described here, remove those operational bottlenecks, letting the business scale more smoothly.
So, themes for the look and feel, plugins for the operational muscle and efficiency.
That seems to be the picture painted by the source, yeah. Foundation plus ways to enhance and automate.
Makes sense. Okay, section 4. Real-world validation and updates. Always good to see some proof. The source has tales of business brilliance featuring entrepreneurs.
Yes, including a specific testimonial from Niharika Desai in Gujarat, India. These are standard marketing tools, right? Social proof, showing real people getting results.
Let's hear what she actually said, according to the source. Choosing Shoopy was the best decision. The platform's user-friendly experience, wide selection of themes, and dedicated customer support have helped me create a successful online business. I highly recommend Shoopy for its reliability and feature-rich solutions.
Okay, so she hits several key points the platform promotes. User-friendly experience validates that effortless management claim, probably for both her managing it and her customers using it.
Right, and wide selection of themes confirms the design aspect we just talked about. She found something that worked for her business.
Dedicated customer support, that's huge. Knowing there's help available is critical when you rely on a platform. Her mentioning it suggests it was actually helpful for her.
And finally, reliability and feature-rich solutions basically echoes Shoopy's own ultimate and all-in-one positioning. Hearing it from a user adds weight, makes it feel more real than just marketing speak.
Exactly. It grounds the claims in a real person's success story, supposedly using the platform.
The source also has an in the news section. What's happening there?
Mentions Shoopy participating in events like Ecom Deli, the hashtags lifted, hashtag Ecom, hashtag Shoopy, hashtag Unicommerce, hashtag e-commerce growth, hashtag networking tell the story.
So, being active in the industry, networking.
Yeah, shows they're involved, visible, focused on growth and connecting with others in the e-commerce space. Standard industry practice.
And they mention specific feature updates, too.
Yes, one is the Shoopy notification feature in the admin panel, desktop version.
Notifications in the admin. Why is that useful?
For a busy owner, it means getting alerts right there in the dashboard. New order, low stock, customer message, payment issue.
So you don't have to keep clicking around to check things.
Exactly. Important info comes to you. Helps you react faster, process orders, answer questions, restock. Just makes managing things more efficient. Saves clicks, saves mental energy.
Okay, practical update. And the other one mentioned is Shoopy's AI description and SEO generator. AI, huh?
Yep. Jumping on the AI trend. The source explains why good descriptions matter. They tell a story, highlight benefits, convince shoppers.
Right, but writing this for tons of products takes time.
A lot of time. So an AI tool that helps generate descriptions, that's a potential massive productivity boost. Helps create engaging content much faster.
And how does it help with SEO? Stores visibility, as the source puts it.
Well, product descriptions are full of keywords that search engines use to understand what your page is about. A well-written description, using the right terms naturally, helps Google rank your page higher when people search for those terms.
So the AI helps write descriptions that are good for both humans and search engines.
That's the idea. Persuasive for customers, structured well for SEO, so more people find your store via search. It tackles two problems: the effort of writing and the challenge of getting found online.
Interesting application of AI there.
Yeah, these updates, based on the source, show the platform isn't static. They're active, adding features, using new tech like AI to solve specific business problems like productivity and visibility.
Okay, so we've journeyed through the source material, the core offering, how it's tailored, the enhancements like themes and apps, and this validation and update section.
Which brings us to the final part, Section 5. The next step, according to the source itself.
Right. How do they suggest people proceed?
The source ends with a pretty clear call to action. It asks, want a store that sells more, and then says, book a demo, followed by book a free demo and start growing today.
So the next step they propose is getting a personalized demonstration.
Yep. After showing all the features and benefits, the demo is presented as the logical way for a potential user to see it in action and ask questions.
Okay, so that wraps up our really detailed deep dive into the source material we received about Shoopy. We've explored e-commerce, D2C, and how this platform, based on these sources, presents itself.
We followed their narrative, looking at Shoopy as that all-in-one solution aiming to unleash your business potential, whether you're online, offline, or D2C.
We broke down those core features: product, order, inventory management, the checkout process, analytics, marketing tools.
Looked at how it's supposedly adapted for retail with things like integrated POS and multi-channel features, and for entrepreneurs focusing on growth, innovation, maybe through that partner ecosystem.
And we saw the customization through themes, the efficiency boost from plugins apps automating tasks, and the validation from the testimonial and recent AI feature updates.
Yeah, this whole deep dive, based only on what you sent us, gives a pretty thorough picture of how a platform like Shoopy positions itself. A tool designed to simplify selling online and offline, manage the complexity, and provide the means for growth in this digital age.
It definitely highlights the sheer amount of tech and support available now for businesses trying to make their way online. The source really hammers home that idea of providing everything you need, from design to AI.
It does. showcasing the infrastructure being built to help businesses today.
So, based on everything we've unpacked here, here's a final thought for you, our listener, to chew on. In a world where platforms like the one described in these sources aim to give you literally every tool imaginable, promising everything you need right in the software, what do you think is the single most critical thing for an entrepreneur's success that isn't in the software? What's that crucial skill or mindset or factor that comes from the person, not the platform?
Yeah, what's that indispensable human element that makes the real difference in this tech-filled landscape? Something to think about.